Ladies and gentlemen, 2025 is here. And with it comes a powerful opportunity to reset, refocus, and renew our commitment to something that, once lost, can never be regained. Time. The value of time, recognizing its limited nature and the importance of living intentionally. Time is the most precious commodity we have. It's not something that can be bought, sold, or saved for later. Unlike money or possessions, time cannot be replenished once it's gone. Every second, minute, hour, and day is a piece of our lives that we'll never get back. Yet so many of us treat it as though it's infinite. We let time slip through our fingers, thinking we have all the time in the world, when in reality, it is the one resource that is most finite. Consider this. How often do you catch yourself saying, "I'll do it later," or "there's always tomorrow"? But when tomorrow comes, you realize you've let another day slip by without taking the action you need. The truth is, that sense of abundance, of having all the time in the world, is a dangerous illusion. Time is relentlessly moving forward, whether we're ready for it or not. We cannot pause it. We cannot rewind it. All we have is this moment, right now. The question we must ask ourselves is, how are we using the time we have? Are we living with purpose, or are we just existing, drifting from one day to the next? If you're not living intentionally, you're wasting time. And wasting time is equivalent to wasting life itself. When we waste time, we miss opportunities. We miss growth. We miss the chance to create the life we dream of. It's the chance to create the life we dream of. Time is also a reminder of our mortality. The clock is ticking for all of us. No one knows how much time they have left, whether it's a year, a decade, or more. But we do know this. We don't want to look back and regret not using our time wisely. We don't want to be filled with what-ifs or could-have-beens. That's why it's so important to recognize the value of every moment. Success is simply a choice, a verbal and physical commitment to decide whether you want something. Each minute you spend procrastinating, complaining, or doing things that don't move you forward is a minute you'll never get back. Living intentionally means making the most of every second. It's about understanding that each day is a gift, a chance to move closer to your goals, to strengthen your relationships, to improve yourself. When you recognize the true value of time, you start to make every action count. You choose to invest your time in things that align with your purpose, that build your future, and that bring you joy. Time, when used wisely, becomes the foundation of everything you want to achieve in life. And the more intentional you are with it, the more you'll see the incredible impact it has on your personal growth and success. Taking responsibility, understanding that time wasted is often due to our own choices and mindset. We've all been there, waking up, staring at the clock, and realizing how much time we've let slip away. Whether it's a day, a week, or even years, we sometimes find ourselves wondering how we got here. The truth is, most of the time, when we waste time, it's not because of external circumstances. It's because of the choices we make and the mindset we hold. We can point fingers, blame others, or make excuses, but deep down we know the truth. We're the ones responsible for how we spend our time. Taking responsibility for our time isn't just about admitting that we've wasted it. It's about acknowledging that in every situation, we have a choice. Every moment is an opportunity for action, growth, or change. We are not helpless when it comes to our time. We have the power to shape how we use it, and by doing so, we shape the course of our lives. A lot of people waste time because they feel overwhelmed or unsure of where to start. They believe they're stuck, that things are out of their control. But this mentality only keeps them in a cycle of inaction. It's easy to blame external factors, work, family, finances, or even the economy. While these factors can certainly influence our lives, they should never define our use of time. The reality is that no matter what's going on in the world, we still have control over our choices. When we take responsibility for our time, we stop letting these outside circumstances dictate our actions. Instead of blaming others or waiting for the perfect moment, we realize that the time is now. We begin to shift from a mindset of scarcity, where we believe there's never enough time, to a mindset of abundance, where we understand that we can make time for the things that matter. Taking responsibility also means confronting the habits and thought patterns that lead us to waste time. Whether it's procrastination, fear of failure, or simply not prioritizing our goals, these behaviors are often self-imposed obstacles. We must be honest with ourselves and ask, why am I choosing to waste time? By identifying the root causes, we can address them and replace them with healthier habits and a more proactive mindset. Ultimately, the key to taking responsibility for our time lies in understanding that every moment we waste is a choice. It's a choice to stay in our comfort zones, to avoid the discomfort of change, or to ignore the importance of our goals. But once we own that responsibility, we take the first step toward making better decisions, embracing the power we have over our time, and ultimately, creating the life we want. Embracing action, encouraging people to take consistent, purposeful steps toward their goals. The most powerful thing you can do with your time is to take action. It's not enough to simply recognize the value of time or take responsibility for how you use it. Ultimately, if you don't act on that awareness, if you don't channel your time into purposeful movement toward your goals, it's all for nothing. Time, when left unchecked, will pass you by. But action, consistent, focused action, has the power to transform your life. The truth is, many people get stuck in the planning phase. They dream, they strategize, and they hope for the best. But dreams alone won't move you forward. If you want to achieve something, you have to start. The first step, no matter how small, is always the most crucial. It doesn't matter if you're not entirely sure how everything will unfold, or if you feel unprepared. The only way to make progress is to start moving in the direction of your goals, one step at a time. Too often, we convince ourselves that we need to wait for the perfect moment, the perfect opportunity, or the perfect set of circumstances. But that perfect moment doesn't exist. If you wait for everything to align, you'll never start. The right time to take action is always now. Success doesn't wait for you to feel ready. It doesn't wait for conditions to be ideal. It waits for you to act. If you don't take action, life will continue on without you, and you'll find yourself asking, where did the time go? Taking action also means staying consistent. You won't achieve your goals overnight. Success is a process, not a destination. It's about making steady, purposeful progress day in and day out, even when you don't feel like it. It's easy to get discouraged when things don't happen as quickly as we want them to. But the key to long-term success is consistency. Small, consistent actions build momentum, and over time they compound into significant results. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is often the willingness to keep going, even when it's hard. The road to success is rarely smooth or easy, but it's always worth it. When you embrace action, you stop waiting for the perfect conditions. You stop putting things off, and you begin to create the life you've always dreamed of. Each step you take toward your goals, no matter how small, brings you closer to where you want to be. So in 2025, let's commit to embracing action. Stop overthinking, stop hesitating, and most importantly, stop waiting. The time is now. The life you want is waiting for you, but only if you take consistent, purposeful steps toward it. As Chris Beaton says, this is the time for action. Let's recognize the future is largely uncertain, and transformative is the only certainty in this lifetime.